Hello everyone, this is a Record of Ragnatalk, the podcast about the manga and anime Record of Ragnarok. So my microphone breaks, right? And I'm thinking, this is okay. I won't need to record another podcast episode for a while. It's a monthly release and I have no scheduled interviews. But of course, when I am not able to record any episodes, we get 3 massive pieces of information. I highly doubt that anybody associated with the Japanese release of Record of Ragnarok watches this podcast. But if they do, number 1, please let Snemo win. Number 2, are y'all messing with me? If so, not cool. I do not appreciate it. I guess the right thing to do would be to go one at a time with this information. So, of course, the first big news this month, round 9 is ending. That's right. Apollo versus Leonidas is ending, which makes this fight 5 months long. We haven't had a fight this short since round 1. Now, I have a pretty solid theory, at least in my opinion, on why it is coming to an end so soon. But man, after rounds 2 through 8, I really thought we weren't going to have any short fights like that anymore. Even if, and I hope this is the case, this month's release is a double chapter, that still means it's 6 chapters. This fight would be 6 chapters long. And that's assuming we get a double chapter this month. And to be honest, I'm disappointed. We've really started to warm up to these characters. Specifically Apollo, who is becoming a fan favorite. Everyone is really on board for this fight now, and it's just ending. Sure, both fighters got their backstories, but to think it's ending this soon is just sort of shocking, for lack of a better term. I'll talk about my theory as to why later on. One of the artists of Record of Ragnarok recently tweeted, "I don't know if there will be a match in the next volume yet, but it looks like they're making plans. But it's not going to go smoothly, and I'll be disappointed if it doesn't go well." And then it crawls up. Check it out soon. Now, obviously, given it is a directly Japanese to English translation, it's a little wonky. But the important part is that the illustrator says that they don't know if there will be a match in the next volume. Are they talking about a fight? And why are they fearing that it won't go smoothly? Now, normally, if there isn't a fight in the chapter, that just means there's going to be some backstory or some backstage shenanigans going on with the tournament still happening. But as previously stated, the fight is ending this month. So how would there be a conclusion to the fight and at the same time not have a fight in the next volume? By next, they could mean November's chapter, which makes perfect sense given that after every fight there's maybe a chapter or 2 of intermission of them getting all the fighters and bringing them together before the next match begins, this case, round 10. But this tweet just left everyone, including myself, confused. Today, a live stream was announced for the end of Season 2 Part 2 airing in Japan. It will include the voice actors talking about it and is going on YouTube. Not only that, but it's actually being subtitled in English, meaning they want a Western audience to see this as well. I don't think this is going to be just another promotion. I think they're going to announce something. And what they're going to announce ties into why I think round 9 is ending so soon. They're going to announce Season 3. Okay, I know that sounds far out there, but hear me out about this. Season 1, despite its flaws, was successful enough to get a Season 2, and Season 2 performed very, very well for Netflix. Think about it. What does a season of Record of Ragnarok need in order to be fully completed and tell the story? It needs 3 fights. It also needs to tease the next round for a read the manga type ending. I mean, heck, that's what got me into reading the manga when I saw who was fighting in round 4. At the end of Season 1, when they showed Jack the Ripper and Hercules, they purposely didn't have any of them speak so that they wouldn't have to hire a new voice actor for it. But at the end of Season 2, Gwyn has lines. Sure, there's only 2 of them, but they're putting a lot of stake into this. When they're hiring a voice actor, Netflix isn't just hiring one voice actor. They're hiring a voice actor for every single language the series gets dubbed in. Japanese, Spanish, German, Portuguese, would they really go through the trouble of hiring all of those new actors in all of those different languages if they didn't intend to use them later on? If you try to tell me that they put forth the money to not only animate, but voice Chin in multiple languages saying how just for shits and giggles, you're insane. By ending round 9, they are giving the studio the green light to start working on the next season immediately. By the end of the year, we're gonna know what round 10 is. All that time is enough to get a release for season 3 in maybe late 2024? Unless Netflix wants to wait another 4 years for season 4? I'm gonna guess season 3 is the final hurrah. I'd imagine this is why they wanted the mangaka to wrap up chapter 9 early, so that they could pump out season 3 while the momentum is still sorta hot. But that's just my theory. I, in absolutely no way, know for sure if this is what's happening. But I'm confident this is the plan. Announce season 3 on the special broadcast, and then put the information in the next issue of the manga, which is going to be coming out just 5 days after the broadcast. I personally think my theory makes the most sense, but if you disagree, please let me know. And if I'm wrong, well, I'll have a gigantic egg on my face.